Piers Morgan just had Sarah Palin, Dave Smith, woke liberal streamer Destiny, and some liberal guy that like calls Trump Hitler on their panel, and they got into such a heated debate about comparing Trump to Hitler. By the way, guys, thank you so much for watching Bring the Asteroid. Make sure you like today's video, subscribe to the channel, comment MAGA for the algorithm, and let's get into it.
And to shut you guys up. I'm not your mother. You're grown men, and I have respect for your ages, if nothing else. But listen, you did just say that it was a Nazi type.
And yes, my earring just dropped out of my ear, if you noticed that. Yeah, that did happen.
Rally, meaning Nazi-style rally.
Yeah, meaning people get up and say outrageously.
So who's the leader of this group?
Meaning participants are Nazi-style participants?
I'm saying people are cheering on far-right rhetoric. Do you know what the Great Replacement Theory is?
The far right.
Do you know what the Great Replacement Theory is?
What
about, I trade in facts.
What about all the Jews in the audience that I saw? What about the Israel flags I saw?
Israel flag means what?
Well, they may not be thinking he's genuine.
Do you know some of the most far-right politicians in Europe support Israel right now, including card-carrying anti-Semites across Europe?
Why would Jewish people go and watch the new Hitler and cheer him up?
Why did a Jewish speaker make lots of anti-immigrant racist remarks? I mean, this is ridiculous. Muslims and Jews. A Muslim guy endorsed Trump on Friday. Does that mean Trump is pro-Muslim? Come on, Piers, you're better than this.
No, I tell you what, you're better than this, because when you say it was a Nazi rally,
I didn't say it was a Nazi rally.
You did.
I didn't actually. I said it was a Nazi-style rally.
When you say the Nazi-style rally, you're calling Trump Hitler. You are.
God. Let me repeat myself. I'm repeating myself. I'm saying that I listened to a rally at which people said things that Nazis said. Do you deny that Joseph Goebbels talked about enemy of the people, that enemy within is a Hitler line?
Anyone who uses the phrase enemy of the people is a Nazi?
Not anyone. When Trump consistently uses Trump language, Hitler language, when he says poisoning the blood of the immigrants, was that coincidence as well? Even after he was told that's only from Mein Kampf and he said it again. Was that a coincidence?
It was a Nazi rally to you.
Was that a coincidence?
Was it a Nazi rally?
No, it was a Nazi-style rally. People said absolutely neo-Nazi things.
So these people are capable of
you just want to
perpetrating
get
a
a
Holocaust.
gotcha line, and I want you to do with facts. Is a Great Replacement Theory Nazi theory or not? No. Sorry, facts matter. You can't just say, I'm going to ask you about headline
You're
pictures.
missing my overall point, which is this.
It's not my fault that you don't
point is that you two are very exercised about the...
I'm exercised about the fact that you don't deal in facts, Piers. The Great Replacement Theory...
Let me get a word in.
No. Great Replacement Theory is a neo-Nazi theory. Until you address that...
Nope, you can't get a word in on your own show.
I can't continue this conversation.
Let me come to Sarah for... I want to move to a different thing, because you're not going to address the fact you think
you don't know what the Great Replacement Theory is.
You think they're a bunch of Nazis, but don't really want to say it.
Say they're a bunch of Nazis. Both of your shows. I love watching you guys do this to each other, because watching you guys do it to other people is infuriating, and when you guys go to each other, it's very funny.
And I enjoy it too.
It is true, though. You don't deal in fact when you talk about Trump, though. I agree with him.
No, I do. I'm very...
What's the Great Replacement Theory? Why didn't you tell your viewers?
Why didn't you tell your viewers?
Hang on. I know the Great Replacement Theory. I don't agree with the Great Replacement Theory.
So why was it echoed by Tucker Carlson and Don Jr. yesterday at the rally?
I don't agree with it. What do you want me to say?
So he said replace. Yes, Don Jr. was speaking. He said replace the immigrants coming to replace us.
Trump was on a softball question by Sean Hannity, and he said he'd be a dictator on day one.
Let me ask you about...
teeing him up for a softball question.
But let me ask you about illegal immigration then, Destiny. So we've seen an unbelievably large number of illegal immigrants come in during the Biden-Harris administration. Do you think this is right for America?
I don't think that Republicans think that illegal immigration is a problem right now. In fact, I'm 100% confident.
That wasn't my question. I said, do you think it's right that between 7 and 10 million people have come in illegally?
Here are two facts that nobody will ever talk about. I'll tell you. Here are two facts that we do not have a problem right now with illegal immigration in the United States. We have a problem with asylum seeking. Okay, that's the number one. That's a huge thing. But number two, if this was such a huge problem, why were Republicans so content to pull the plug on it when Donald Trump said, "I need to leave the border open for me to run on this as an election issue"? You know what that tells me? That tells me it was never really a problem in the first place. It was just a talking point.
It's Trump's fault.
Definitionally. Wait. I gotta hear this. Do you understand? Do you agree that Donald Trump was the one that told them to pull the plug on the bill?
He said so.
Well, I don't think...
Wait. Do you agree that Donald Trump told them, do not vote yes on this bill?
I can try and answer.
Okay.
I don't think he should have been active in getting that bill pulled, because it would have helped. However, and I want to bring Sarah in on this, you cannot dispute there is a massive crisis at the southern border, nor can you dispute...
I'm shocked that you say that Republicans don't believe that the influx of illegal aliens across our borders is not a problem.
Why
it is a problem. It is a problem, and I think it's not just Republicans who recognize that. Look at even the Democrat leaders of cities who are being overrun, their budgets being busted, trying to support the illegals.
And they all supported the bill. They supported the bill.
not.
Do you not think blaming Trump for everything is a bit lame?
I'm talking about
They were ready to vote for the
in
bill, and then Trump said, "Don't do it."
Let me bring in
McConnell,
Dave.
Cruz, Langford, all these people said we were going to vote for the bill, and then Trump pulled the plug on it.
Where you've not said one critical thing about Donald Trump since it started.
Actually, what I was going to say to you before I got shouted over yet again on my own show, what I was going to say to you was,
I thought it was going to be Dave and Sarah versus me and Destiny, but apparently it's me and Destiny versus Sarah and Piers.
You always like to do this, and it's not true.
I've not heard you say one critical thing about Trump.
When Trump was president, I wrote 110 columns for the Daily Mail about Trump.
This is just getting insane. Oh my gosh.
When he left, I counted negative, positive. It was about a 50-50.
Great, but not today.
So I have been very, very critical of Trump, and I felt he's deserved it. Well, no, because I find that with you, and with Destiny, with great respect to you guys, you absolutely love sticking it to him. When I try and stick it back to your own problems with your own party, you don't want to hear it.
Hey, the Conservatives.
Piers, I can assure you I wish that I hadn't heard a bunch of racist stuff last night. I'm just coming on the show to say I heard a bunch of racist stuff last night.
Dave, let me ask you this, Dave. Trump's most powerful...
What racist stuff, please?
...part of his speech last night was his first line, where he said, let me start by just saying this. How many of you feel better off than you did 4 years ago? And they all do any of you? And they all shouted no. I can imagine millions of Americans at home who've had an extremely tough 4 years because of massive inflation and huge cost of living problems would all be shouting no as well. That, in the end, I suspect will win Trump the election. Nothing else. I suspect it's actually going to be, well, it'll be the failure to control the border, but it will be predominantly that people feel they are worse off than they were 4 years ago.
Well, I think the thing that really undercuts this pitch from Donald Trump is that he really means 5 years ago. You know, like Donald Trump has to run on the first 3 years of his administration and then go, hey, that whole 2020 thing really doesn't count because, like, we got hit with this virus and the Democrats would have done the same thing.
Is it unreasonable, that position? Given it was a global pandemic.
Well, it is, yes and no.
Given by common consent, America performed better than most countries. In the pandemic.
Well, it depends on how you measure.
It's just fundamentally untrue.
It totally depends on how you measure.
Economically, it is believed America performed better than most countries.
We also recovered better, but Biden doesn't get credit for that.
Jeez, guys. I mean, I know it's like a week before an election, man, and everything's just got to get down to this tribal. Like, we got to win this point, man. But just for a second, I will say that it's like, look, on one hand, what Donald Trump benefits from is the fact that the entire Democratic criticism of Donald Trump through 2020 was just that he didn't do more lockdowns and do more, you know what I mean? Like, and so they kind of don't get to say it, but he also doesn't really get. The truth is, 4 years ago from today, a lot of Americans were worse off than they are right now because they were recovering from lockdowns. There were people whose businesses were shut down.
That's why he said from the start of the administration.
In my opinion, if Donald Trump had been a great leader, had actually risen to the moment he was called to, and had gotten Fauci off that task force, and had been against lockdowns, and had kept somewhat of liberty going through that year, he'd be in a much stronger position to say that.
Yeah, I mean, I think Dave Smith is giving the most reasonable take on this. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. As always, thanks so much for watching. See you guys next time.